So I'm sure everybody in the country has seen this video, and it's really, really crucial. And the more times you watch it, the worse it gets. As you see, it's wet fibre, and so rightly so, because this poor Irish woman is on her breaking point. You can hear in her heart, you can hear in her soul. And Simon Harris, the party for the one bus head, Fine Gael, as we've seen before, they don't care about the only Joe like this woman that's doing her best as a carer. They don't care. They simply don't care. She's not a banker, she's not a bond holder, she's not a big NGO. They don't care about the only Joe. And it just shows it. And the more you watch this video, I would recommend you watch it 3 or 4 times, the worse it gets. And to be totally honest with you, it just shows you Fine Gael in a nutshell, and Fianna Fáil too, that they don't care about the only Irish Joe. As simple as that. If this was a big banker, Simon Harris would break his neck to talk to the banker, or a big bondholder, developer, etc., etc. That's all they care about, the 1% of Irish society. They don't care about the only Irish worker. Simple as that. The same with this poor woman here. Has the opportunity to speak to the Taoiseach, just randomly. I assume she didn't know the Taoiseach was there, just doing her shopping. And the Taoiseach turns up, and she's trying to get him to listen to her suffering as he should. Because these people are unappreciated in our society, and we don't appreciate them enough. People that care for elderly people, even children take up with disabilities, etc., etc. And it's not good enough. And I played the video here, but really watch it for yourself, because to be totally honest, Simon Harris probably should, because the lack of energy, he says party of new energy, Fine Gael. The energy of running away from people, more or less. And just to put it straight, Simon Harris should probably lose his seat over this. Generally, he should be. Because this is really what... I'm surprised RT, the propaganda machine of the government, put this out. But I assume they knew somebody else recorded it. And he was fucked either way. And there's no way RT are trying to spin it at the moment in the journal.ie, saying, Simon Harris was all busy and all that crack. But at the end of the day... the video speaks for itself. So first of all, he said very nice to see you. He didn't shake her hand. He didn't say, how are you doing? I'm Simon Harris, etc. So obviously she knew Simon Harris, but straight away he's trying to run away, basically. Like, you see, she called him over. He wasn't interested in talking to her. Like, you think you ask her different things, etc., etc., but he just ran away. He was just trying to run away, and then she called him over, what I'm trying to say. And the only thing he can do here, listen to her, is shake his head. You see it all the time, shaking his head. Like, more or less saying, how dare you come up to me and say I'm not doing this? How dare you? More or less. How dare you have an opinion? Or, talk your problems to me. How dare you? More or less. You can see in his face, he's not that, concerned. He looks like he doesn't care. Well, he doesn't care. It's plain obvious that he doesn't care. He doesn't see any compassion or anything like that. Because you can see the poor woman's nearly is literally crying and is going to bust into tears, and he just doesn't care.
You've done nothing for us. Our people are suffering. I'm very passionate about my job. I'm very passionate about this job too. But there's no mention in the book.
Like, you see him taking the big deep breath, like more or less saying, here we go again, having to listen to people complaining about things. Like, he's the Taoiseach, and again, you just watch his face. Like, you watch it 3 or 4 times and it gets worse every time. Like, he's just like not true, and he doesn't want to talk to her, how can we improve it, etc., etc. What can we do to make life easier for you? Nothing like that. Just straight away, not true, don't care. You can see that, you can see his face, like, straight away. He's like, this is not going to go down well. You can see his eyes there, like, looking straight at the camera. He's just like, oh no, I'm caught, I'm gone. Like, he knows as soon as he turned around and looked, he knows he's fucked. Because he could just see it, there's a camera there, and it's not like it's not filmed, etc., etc. Everybody will see it, and more than this I've seen. It's probably 6 or 7 million, and it doesn't show good for the Taoiseach of new energy, etc., etc., etc. And for no politician, if any politician did this, it would be outrageous. Because as you see, the poor woman is literally heartbroken. You can hear it in her voice too, and she is very passionate about the subject that she's talking about, the disabilities, etc., etc., and being a carer. She's very passionate. Like, you can hear it in the voice. Simon Harris just doesn't care. You can hear it in his voice. He just doesn't care. He wants to get away from her as quick as possible. And you can see this. He runs away. Then I don't know why he comes back. This is the thing that I don't understand. Why did he come back? Like, Simon Harris only talks to the people that he knows he's going to get a vote from, etc., etc., that won't ask him any questions. See, this woman asked him too many questions and he couldn't answer her. And that's the simple. He didn't have any answers. He didn't give her any answers on what we're doing, etc., etc. You know, and then he runs away. You know, you think he sit there, like, especially the woman's very upset. Like, he isn't a good man. Like, let's put it out. He isn't a good man.
Has not been mentioned. Keep shaking hands. Pretend to be name. You're not a good man. Because you don't care about people.
Like, and this journalist from RT here, you think she say, hang on, Simon. This poor woman here, you shouldn't leave her on her own. You should be consoling her. You should be trying to talk to her. How can we fix things? But they just run away. Like, you see her just running after them like a little dog, basically. And the same with the majority there in the media. They all ran after. They didn't ask him any questions. I think they would be demanding him to go back and talk to the woman. You know, they didn't. They just all ran away from him. They all ran with him. You know, nobody went to. I didn't see anybody like straight away going over to the woman. Are you okay? You see them all just going like little train after him. Like, you know, anybody. To be totally honest with you, and I say this now, and I mean the best people. And there's a sitting councillor, I think, somewhere in the back. Like, this poor woman is well represented of many Irish people at the moment. But again, as I say, if she was a big banker or a big developer or somebody that was from Timbuktu, he'd be busting his balls to talk to them. As simple as that. But I have to say, no, I hope Simon Harris loses seats over this. I hope people in Wicklow know before they go out about this. I hope people don't vote for Simon Harris, because he probably should lose his seat. Because this is not the first instance. Many times before he was questioned on stuff, and the only thing he do is shake his head, etc., etc. And this is not good enough for the party, the party of New Energy, etc., etc. No, particularly the more times you watch, and I say to people, watch it 6 or 7 times, it gets worse every time. Like, the lack of compassion, the lack of empathy, the lack of anything in Simon Harris here is really telling. It generally really is. And especially that he didn't say, what can we do to help you, etc., etc. He's just kind of shaking his head and saying that's not true. And that's all he's able to say. He's not able to say anything else. But this is a disgrace. Like, I do think this is a national disgrace. Like, especially Fine Gael says, oh, we're for the working man, but in reality, you know, the party of 1%, you know, she's only a care assistant, so what do we care about her? It's the big bankers, the bondholders, etc., the big house developers. We only care about them. Like, it's straight up true. Like, Fine Gael have really fucked himself here, and we got RT's trying to spin it. The journal that he is trying to spin it, all the rest of the media trying to spin it, saying, oh, Simon Harris was worked hard, he didn't have time, he had to go and help somebody in a tree or something like that. Like, they're trying to spin it in this up, and like, even the spin is not working. Like, this video itself speaks for itself. So RT are kind of fucked. Simon Harris is fucked because there's no spinning. He did come out with a comment saying he should have given the woman more time. Like, that's an understatement. Anybody could have told you that. But to be totally honest, I don't think the woman would want to talk to him after this. I certainly wouldn't if I was there and he ran away from me like that. I certainly wouldn't. I'd rather talk to the tree, to be totally honest, than Simon Harris. But that's it. I'm sure everybody agree with it. I don't think even Fine Gael, like, just the Justice Minister at the moment trying to gaslight people, saying, oh, Simon is, he cares more about disability than anybody in the country. Well, it doesn't show. It doesn't show about care assistance to people with disability. It doesn't show in this video. So I think the Justice Minister is gaslighting people a bit. But anyway, watch the video yourself, make up your own mind. But what I'm going to say is, you know, anybody that's voting Fine Gael, I presume you should show it to them, because, you know, this is the leader of Fine Gael, this is the Taoiseach, the leader of the country, the leader of Fine Gael, and not the first time Fine Gael you've seen with Michael O'Leary, with the party of 1%, you know, etc., etc. Because this is what they are. Fine Gael is the party of the 1%, not for the only Irish Joe. Like, this is an only Irish woman doing her best, and the Taoiseach just doesn't care. And just as simple as that. I wouldn't say if I didn't believe it, but when you look at the video, when you really do look at it, I look at his face, he doesn't seem to care. There's no, you know, there's no compassion, there's no nothing. It looks more or less like, and then particularly when she keeps going out, like when she keeps saying about problems and stuff like that, you see him looking at the guy like he knows he's, this picture alone just tells you all you need to know. He knows he's fucked. He might have not thought the cameras were on him before, but in fairness, though, he actually did some journalism for the What's in the Life and put up this video. But somebody else probably was recording and they knew they were fucked either way. But yeah, no, this picture will tell you all you need to know. Thank you.